Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down something called the exponential wealth curve. It's basically the reason the rich seem to get richer, and more importantly, how you can actually make this powerful math work for you. All right, so let's just jump right in. Why does getting that first $1 million feel so impossible? It's a question that drives so many people crazy when they're trying to build wealth. And you know what? It feels impossible because, in a way, it is the hardest part. There's a real reason for that. See, most of us are trained to think about money in a straight line, right? You put in the work, you get paid. A nice, predictable one-to-one exchange. That's the linear grind. But here's the secret. Real wealth, the kind that changes your life, doesn't follow that path at all. It's a curve. It starts out painfully, almost flat out slow, and then all of a sudden it just shoots for the moon. And that linear thinking, it's a total trap. It's exactly why you can get a raise, make more money than ever before, but still feel like you're just running on a hamster wheel. You're getting nowhere fast, you're stuck earning and spending, but you're not actually building anything.
The whole idea is based on simple addition. Hey, I saved 10 grand, so I'm 10 grand richer. I mean, it sounds right, doesn't it? But it's just wrong. It's a complete misunderstanding of how wealth actually works. It's not about adding, it's about multiplying.
Okay, so let's shift gears and look at the reality of building wealth. Welcome to the exponential curve. This is where the whole game changes, and the math finally starts to become your best friend. So let's put some numbers on this to make it real. Let's say you invest just $500 a month, and you get a pretty standard 8% return. Now, to get to your first million, it takes 25 years. Yeah, that's a long time, a serious grind. But, you ready for this? To get your second million, it only takes another 10 years. Think about that. You're doing the exact same thing, but it happens in less than half the time. That's insane. And here's what's even crazier. When you look inside that first million, over those 25 long years, how much did you actually put in from your own pocket? Just $150,000. So where did the other, $850,000 come from? That wasn't you. That was your money making money. That was the market doing all the heavy lifting for you. That's compounding.
This right here is the tipping point. This is the magic moment. Once you have $1 million portfolio, that 8% return is suddenly generating $80,000 a year, passively, like while you sleep. That's more than the median US salary for doing literally nothing. Your money is officially working harder than most people.
All right, to see what this looks like when you take it to the extreme, let's talk about Warren Buffett. Get this, it's an absolutely mind-blowing fact. 99% of Warren Buffett's entire fortune was made after his 56th birthday. Now, it's not like he suddenly figured out some secret to investing in his late 50s. No, it's because he'd spent decades building a massive pile of money, and at that point, the exponential curve just took over like a rocket ship. And you can see the acceleration right here. I mean, look at these numbers. At 56, he hits his first billion. Okay, amazing. But just 3 years later, he's at 3.6 billion. A decade after that, 36 billion. It wasn't just growing. It was exploding. It was multiplying on itself faster and faster every year. But here's the thing. It's not just about the magic of compounding. Once you cross that $1 million line, you unlock a whole new level of the game. You get access to a set of tools and, let's be honest, some unfair advantages that just pour gasoline on the fire. Okay, first big one, leverage. It's a fancy word, but all it really means is using other people's money, usually the banks, to make you more money. Once you have a cool million in the bank, suddenly every lender wants to be your best friend. They'll give you cheap loans that you can turn around and use to buy more stuff that makes you even more money. And then there's the psychology of it all. This is huge. Think about it. If your entire net worth is 50 grand, risking 10,000 on an investment is terrifying. I mean, that's 20% of everything you have. But if you have a $2 million net worth, that same 10 grand, it's 0.5%. It's a rounding error. It's no longer a scary bet, it's just a smart, calculated risk. And it's not just about risk. Wealth literally buys you access. You get a seat at the table for deals that regular people never even hear about. You can afford to hire the absolute best tax lawyers who find savings you didn't know existed. You're suddenly in rooms with people who have incredible information. And maybe the biggest advantage of all? Time. Your money is out there working around the clock, 24/7, so you don't have to. So you start putting all these pieces together, the compounding, the leverage, the access, the risk psychology, and what you get is this powerful positive feedback loop. The whole system is basically set up to reward you for already having money.
That phrase, the rich get richer, it's not just some cynical saying, it is a mathematical certainty.
Okay, now I know that might sound kind of depressing or unfair, but it shouldn't. Because here's the thing, just understanding how this game is played is the first, most critical step to actually winning it, to making the math work for you.
Think about your journey in two parts. In part one, before you hit that million, you are the entire engine. It's your sweat, your savings, your hustle. It's a grind. But in part two, after you cross that line, your money becomes the engine. It starts doing the heavy lifting, working harder than you ever could. Your job changes. You're no longer just a musician in the orchestra, you're the conductor, guiding this powerful force that's already making beautiful music.
So if you take away just one thing, let it be this. The struggle is completely front-loaded. That first million is an absolute battle because you are fighting against gravity, fighting against the slow start of that curve. But the second million, it feels almost inevitable because at that point, the most powerful force in the universe, compound mathematics, is finally on your side. It's fighting for you.
Look, the math doesn't lie. It's clear as day. The path is right there. The only thing that separates anyone from the power of this exponential curve is just starting. The sooner you start, the sooner this incredible force starts working in your corner. So the question really isn't, does this work? The only question is, when are you going to start your curve?